everybody, welcome back to the channel, to Watercolor Wizardry, and I'm Zara. And today we're gonna do 10 gift ideas for watercolor artists for any occasion. So it could be your birthday, Christmas, which is right now for me. And these are my recommendations for mainly beginners. So let's get to it. Let's see. So first, the number one. I'm just going to start with the number one recommendation, which is paper is the most important supply. And Arch is my favorite paper. So we're just going to start it off with my number one recommendation. This is hot press, the pink one. It's very smooth. Cold press is the one that's a little bit more textured. And then rough is very textured. I don't know if you can tell, but so that's rough. And then here is smooth. Just to give you an idea, there's no there's no bumps on it at all. And then this is the cold. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the textures, but I'm going to try. We're going to try to bring it up to the overhead camera here to see if you can see the difference. We'll see. So between the cold and obviously the smooth is very smooth. And then that's the cold in the middle. And that's the rough. Just to give you an idea of how that looks. And those are the papers I would recommend. It's a lot easier to work with, especially for a beginner. You know, you don't really want to get a beginner frustrated and give up, which is what I ended up doing the first year that I was painting. The other one that I have recommendation that I would recommend is B watercolor paper. That's the paper that I use for studies. And studies mean I'm just learning the actual image and all the obstacles I might run into when I'm painting it. And as you can see, you can do decent job. On top of that, I actually use these brushes for this painting, and this set of brushes was it's under $10 on Amazon right now. They're the Princeton Select brushes, but we'll get to the brushes in a minute here. So this is the B watercolor paper, and I'll show you the texture. So it's kind of rough. I mean, not rough. It's like a cold press, right? But it's more has a mechanical pattern. You know, it's a recognizable pattern. So, you know, there's that. But I just use it because it's 100% cotton. It's a decent price, you know, for what it is. So let's switch over to the monitor. So as a price comparison, the hot press right now, it's $17.19, at least for me on Amazon. And then the B is $21.89, but it's 30 sheets for the journal. And in Arches, it's only 12, right? 12 sheets, but it is a lot more better. It is I would recommend it. Yeah, so that's the paper recommendations. And then next up is brushes. So right now, let me show you. Here's the Princeton Select. Again, under $10. And I'm able to pull off that rose painting. Let me show you this painting with the Princeton brushes. But I feel like that's also because, you know, I can predict what's going to happen. And actually, it was a little frustrating working with this paper. But it's doable, right? So, and you learn your supplies. The more you use it, you learn, you can anticipate what's about to happen most of the time. But the other brushes that I wanted to show you are the Mimic and the Neptune. I think these would work out really well. Now the Neptune is pretty spendy, right now. So it's $40.97, but they are good. You could probably check other online stores like Jerry's Artorama or Cheap Joe's or Dick Blick, or is it called Utrecht? I don't know how to say it. But there's other online art stores. Jackson's is another good one. And there's so many different brushes, so it's a little bit overwhelming when choosing a brush. But I think actually this Mimic synthetic, Frugal Crafter, she recommends this one, so I'm sure it's really nice. And then the Neptune, I hear a lot of good things about it too. And I actually wanted to show you a comparison between them. Let's go to the overhead. All right, so, okay. So there's the Princeton brush. Maybe I could bring up the lighting. Oh, sorry. Let me move this out of the way. The last one here is a Da Vinci Maestro Series 35, which is my favorite paintbrush. Watercolor brush. So you can see the points. The points on the Mimic is the second one up, and then Neptune is the third one up, and then the Maestro. And the first one is the Princeton Select. So those points are really nice. The points on all of them are nice, but it's just I just think the Mimic brushes are going to work out really well for you. But you can go either way, because the better you learn your supplies, the better you're going to be able to work with it. But it will take some learning. It doesn't matter which brush you get, you're going to have to learn how that brush works. And then it doesn't matter what paper you get, you're going to have to learn how that paper works. And I recommend Arches. And then I recommend for paintbrushes, if you can afford it and you don't mind, then I would recommend the Da Vinci Maestro Series 35. Those are my favorite. Not gonna back down. Those are my favorite brushes. So there you go for those three. Next up is now watercolor travel palettes. These are fun. Now, I always recommend professional paints, right? But I wouldn't buy these sets in a professional paint because you're paying for the package or the unit, right? Not the paints. So I believe this one is cheaper at like Jerry's Artarama or Cheap Joe's or something by $10, I think. And then this Winsor Newton, what is this one called? It's the pocket set, field pocket set. This was under $20 just a couple weeks ago. So it does go down in price. You just kind of have to watch out for it. And I just really like this set a lot. I have both of them. I could show you really quick what they're like. Hold on. All right, so this one, I bought it because I wanted the packaging, or not the packaging, but like this unit. Oh. So it's kind of cool. It has the thumb hole or finger. I guess it depends on how you like to hold it. But I'd probably, I don't know. I have not used this one yet. So this is where you would put the water, and I guess you'd have to hold it. And it opens up. This is the water bottle in here. And it comes with the brush, right? And it's a synthetic brush, just like, pretty small, just like the Princeton ones. At least they seem similar, right? And this, you can put water in it. You would put it in here in the little cup thing. And then you can use this as a palette or mixing palette, right? And then this opens up as a mixing palette. This also opens up as a mixing palette. There's all your paints. And it looks like it has a warm and a cool primary set, and then some essential colors that I would call essential, like Payne's Gray and burnt sienna. I really like that it has the sponge, because that's helpful to control the water on your paintbrush. So, you know, you could, I guess, put your thumb through here and then hold this maybe, or you could just sit down, or I don't know, somehow you could paint with this. And I just bought it because it was cool and it was so small you can fit it into your pocket, which I thought was pretty cool. So there's that. Let me put back the, kind of neat. You know, it's pretty small. You could put it in the pocket of a big jacket, right? So that's that. Comes with the, you know, information. Kind of cool. Yeah, I bought it just to have a travel packet. So this one is the other one. It's called a field travel set. This was actually my first travel set. I love it a lot. I think it's super cute. And I took out all the Cotman colors and put in M. Graham colors. And actually, these colors, I think still, originally came from Mind of Watercolor, put out an M. Graham, his favorite colors. And so that's these. This was like a long time ago. I was watching his show, Steve, on Mind of Watercolor. And these are M. Graham paints. And the reason why I love it is because it's like a transformer. It just kind of expands like this. And it came with a brush. And this is a water bottle, right? And then the lids, you can hook on right here. You could even hold it like that. You can paint like this, you know? And this water bottle would fill up. You could put this over here, right? Over on this side, or you could have it on this side. So it's left or right-handed, right? You can go like this. I think it's really cool. But let's set that aside. And then let's go to the next thing. Let's see here. Yeah, so watch out for sales, because this was it was like 17 something around Black Friday time, just like 2 weeks ago. And then this one is more for when you're traveling around doing plein air. And I really like these kinds of palette. And let me show you. Of course, I have both of them. So this one, super, super lightweight. And I went to Hobby Lobby. Yeah, Hobby Lobby. And very lightweight, right? And this, okay, I'm pretty sure I only paid $2.50 for this. $7 over here on Amazon. But if you go to Hobby Lobby, I'm sure they still have those half price sales, right? Really good deal, as long as you don't mind, you know, your paints separating, because that's what they do on metal palettes or enamel paint and plastic, is that they don't lay down as well as a ceramic palette. But when you're doing plein air, you're not trying to be like, it doesn't have to be super accurate painting, right? Because it's plein air. So it's not a big deal. Not so much. The cool thing with this, I wanted to show you, is, you know, you're out there painting or whatever. I'll open this. And what you could do is, it's easy to hold with one hand your paper and the paints, right? So you're like painting, blah, blah, blah. And then on your arm, I don't know if you can see. So on your arm, you can hang a bucket of water, a little bucket. They sell them. Paint buckets, and then you can paint and, you know, be on your way. I just thought that was really cool. And so it comes in the aluminum type or the plastic type, which is super cheap. And if you want, I could show you the aluminum, but it's pretty much exactly the same as the plastic. And it feels really nice. But it doesn't have the brush holes. So you would have to have your brush with you and you draw. you know, and you can hold your this thing and you're good to go. It's pretty fast, pretty quick, right? Bucket, and you're just like, sketch right away, sketch. So it works out really good. So let me put that away. Let's see. Next, a recommendation. Let's scroll here. What do I have? Oh, I'll show you this thing. So this is kind of the new model. I think I hadn't seen it before, so I actually bought one. I'll show you the old and new models. Let's see, overhead. Okay. So this is you'll see this most of the time. And normally they would have the paints, you can only put them on 2 rows, just like this. And you can fit a paintbrush in the middle. Usually I go around with a water brush and, you know, you use that. But you can take these out and then you'd have more palette space. I'll show you with this one, which is kind of cool. This one comes out easier. See how that comes out? So now you have more palette space, and then you have this that you can set aside and paint. So I like that too. That's kind of a cool deal. This is a new model because I hadn't seen it before. And I'll actually show you, I have a small version of it, of the palette. And I'll show you something cool. So these are magnets that you clip on, you know, like, you know, message on the refrigerator door, or yeah. And so you would clip it on your board, painting board. I taped down my arch paper on here, and this will stick. It'll stick right there. And then here's your palette that you can use, you know, you just have those magnets. You know, you adjust it however you want. And so this is a smaller size that I found a while ago. And then this can actually, you can get an easel or a tripod that clamps down on this board. And then you can be out there, it's on the easel, and your water bucket is hanging on the tripod, and you can paint away. Kind of cool. So I thought that was neat. All right. So that was my set of recommendations for gifts. I have more suggestions, but I thought those were good to start with. And so if you enjoyed hanging out with me and listening to my ideas, make sure to subscribe so you can see the next video that comes up. And I just want to thank everybody that has subscribed so far. Thank you so much, because that's awesome. And then for anybody new, welcome to the channel. And I hope you hang out and watch more videos. And I'm pretty sure the next one is probably going to be around here somewhere. All right. I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.